Mercury, the smallest planet in our solar system, the fastest planet, zipping around the sun in just 88 Earth days. Closest to the sun, it experiences some of the most extreme conditions imaginable. It's a world of extremes where the environment is as unforgiving as it is fascinating. Temperatures soar to a blistering 800 degrees Fahrenheit during the day, hot enough to melt lead, but as the sun sets, they plummet to a bone-chilling minus 290 degrees Fahrenheit. This tiny world also spins incredibly slowly. It takes about 59 Earth days to complete one rotation. Imagine a day that lasts 176 Earth days. That's how long it takes for the sun to rise, set and rise again on Mercury. Mercury is a harsh mistress with a landscape that is both barren and rugged, scarred by countless impacts from meteoroids. The atmosphere on Mercury is almost non-existent. It's so thin that it's called an exosphere. We call it an exosphere because it's just a wisp of gas offering no protection from the sun's intense radiation or the constant bombardment of meteoroids. This exosphere is composed of atoms blasted off the surface by the solar wind and micrometeoroid impacts. It's a fragile veil that does little to shield the planet. The sun's radiation bathes the surface in a deadly embrace, making it one of the most inhospitable places in our solar system. Meteoroids, big and small, pose a constant threat. They strike the surface with relentless force, creating craters and adding to the planet's rugged terrain. This is not a place for the faint of heart. The desolate and harsh landscape challenges even the most advanced technology. But in the vast universe of engine space, it represents a challenge that beckons the brave and the innovative. Can we, with our technology and ingenuity, tame this wild world? Can we transform Mercury from a barren rock into a thriving paradise? The idea of turning Mercury into a habitable world is a tantalizing one. It would require overcoming immense challenges, from creating a stable atmosphere to managing the extreme temperatures. That is the question posed to every player of engine space. Can you rise to the challenge and make the impossible possible? The fate of Mercury is in your hands. Engine space is more than a game, it's a simulation that pushes the boundaries of what we know and what we can imagine. It asks, what if we had the technology to reshape planets? Terraforming, it's a big word, but it holds even bigger possibilities. It means taking a hostile world and making it livable. Imagine turning a barren, rocky wasteland into a thriving ecosystem. In engine space, you are given the tools to do just that. Advanced machinery, cutting-edge technology, and the knowledge to transform the uninhabitable. But beware, the challenges are immense. The first planet you'll face is Mercury, a world of extremes. Mercury's extreme temperatures are the first hurdle. Daytime temperatures soar to scorching highs, while nighttime plunges into freezing lows. You'll need to manage them. Balancing these temperatures is crucial for any chance of success. You'll need to find a way to cool the planet, but not too much. Overcooling could be just as disastrous as overheating. The lack of a substantial atmosphere is another problem. Without it, the planet can't retain heat or protect against space radiation. We need air to breathe. Creating an artificial atmosphere is a monumental task, but it's essential for survival. We need protection from radiation. The sun's rays are deadly without the right shielding. And we need a way to control the climate. Weather patterns must be regulated to create a stable environment, and then there's the sun. Its proximity to Mercury is both a blessing and a curse. It's a source of life. Solar energy can power our technology and sustain our colonies. But on Mercury, it's also a source of danger. The intense sunlight can be deadly if not properly managed. Harnessing its power while protecting ourselves from its wrath is a delicate balancing act. We must innovate to survive. Are you up to the challenge? The Engine Space Challenge awaits those brave enough to take on the cosmos and reshape worlds. Imagine a giant parasol, a sunshade, if you will. That's what we need to tame Mercury's fiery temperament. These solar shades would be massive structures. They'd be positioned between Mercury and the Sun. Think of them as giant mirrors. They would reflect a portion of the Sun's energy away from the planet. This would help to cool Mercury down. It would bring temperatures closer to a manageable range. But building a solar shade is no easy feat. It would require immense resources. You'd need a way to mine materials in space. You'd need to assemble these structures in orbit, and you would need to find a way to keep them stable. The gravitational forces at play are immense. With the sun's heat somewhat under control, we can turn our attention to the next problem. Mercury needs an atmosphere. And not just any atmosphere, we need an atmosphere that we can breathe. This is where atmospheric processors come in. These gigantic machines would work tirelessly. They would convert Mercury's existing exosphere into something more substantial. They would break down the existing gases. They would synthesize new ones. Oxygen is essential, of course, but we also need nitrogen and other trace elements to create a balanced atmosphere. This process would take time, a lot of time, and it would require a constant supply of energy. But with patience and persistence, we could give Mercury the gift of air. Section 5. A magnetic shield. Mercury's weak magnetic field is another challenge. Our own planet's magnetic field protects us from the solar wind. This is a stream of charged particles from the sun. Without a magnetic field, the solar wind would strip away Mercury's new atmosphere. We'd be back to square one. The solution? Magnetic field generators. These massive installations would create an artificial magnetic field. This field would envelop Mercury. It would deflect the solar wind. It would protect the fledgling atmosphere. Building these generators would be a monumental task. But it's essential if we want to make Mercury a true haven for life. Section 6. Resources and factions, the game within the game. Terraforming Mercury in engine space is not just about building big structures, it's about managing resources. Every decision you make has a ripple effect, influencing not just your immediate surroundings, but the entire ecosystem of the planet. It's about making tough choices. Do you allocate your limited resources to building new habitats? Or do you invest in advanced technology to improve efficiency? Each path has its own set of challenges and rewards. It's about navigating the complex dynamics of different factions. Each faction has its own agenda, its own vision for what Mercury should become. Balancing these competing interests is a game within the game. You'll need to mine the planet for raw materials. These resources are the lifeblood of your colony, essential for construction, technology, and trade. But mining also has its risks and environmental impacts. You'll need to balance energy production with consumption. Too much energy production can lead to waste and inefficiency, while too little can cripple your colony's growth and sustainability. And you'll need to make sure you have enough life support to keep your terraforming teams alive. This includes oxygen, water, and food, all of which must be carefully managed and rationed. But it's not just about the environment. A thriving colony requires a harmonious community. Social dynamics, morale, and the well-being of your settlers are just as crucial as the physical infrastructure. It's also about the people. Each individual in your colony has their own needs, desires, and skills. Understanding and leveraging these human resources can make or break your mission. Different factions within engine space have different visions for Mercury. Some factions prioritize scientific research, while others focus on economic growth or military strength. Some want to create a utopia. They envision a society where technology and nature coexist in perfect harmony, a beacon of hope for humanity's future. Others are more interested in resource extraction. They see Mercury as a treasure trove of untapped potential, a means to fuel their ambitions and expand their influence. Your choices will determine the fate of Mercury and its inhabitants. Will you create a thriving, sustainable colony? Or will you exploit the planet's resources for short-term gain? The future of Mercury is in your hands. Section 7. Learning from Earth, reaching for the stars. The challenges of terraforming Mercury may seem daunting, but remember, we have a model to learn from: Earth. Our own planet has undergone dramatic transformations over billions of years. By studying Earth's history, we can gain valuable insights. We can learn how to create a stable biosphere. We can learn about the delicate balance of ecosystems. Of course, terraforming Mercury is a much faster process than natural evolution, but the principles are the same. We need to create an environment where life can thrive. We need to think long-term, and we need to be prepared for the unexpected. Section 8. A new dawn for Mercury. Imagine a Mercury transformed. Gone is the barren, scorched landscape. In its place, a vibrant world teeming with life. Oceans shimmer under a cerulean sky. Clouds drift lazily by, casting shadows on verdant forests. Cities gleam in the sunlight, powered by the very star we've tamed. This is the promise of engine space, It's a vision of a future where humanity can reshape entire worlds. It's a future where we can turn our dreams of reaching for the stars into a reality. But it's also a reminder of the responsibility that comes with such power. The choices we make today will determine the fate of Mercury and countless other worlds. Section 9. A new home among the stars. The terraforming of Mercury is a testament to human ingenuity. It is a beacon of hope in the vast darkness of space. It shows that we are not limited by the confines of our home planet. It shows that we can, with enough will and determination, overcome even the most daunting challenges. But it is just the beginning. There are countless other worlds out there waiting to be explored. Worlds that could one day become new homes for humanity. The future is ours to create. Let us make it a future worthy of the stars.